People, welcome back to Politics Watch. Now, today I'm going to do one of the hardest videos I've ever done. Because it touches a nerve, and I'm sure it's going to touch the nerve within a lot of Jamaicans, both yard and abroad. Today we're going to talk about the Vanessa Kirkland story. And for those of you who don't remember this story, this was the 16-year-old Immaculate Conception High student who lost her life on March 20th, 2012. Now, the story goes, there was a car carrying some individuals that was carrying out robberies in Portmore. Right? Now, the police chased the car from Portmore all the way back to Kingston. Right? When they got to Kingston, the chase basically ended at a place called Norman Lane. That's it. For those of you who don't know, Norman Lane is down by Spanish Town Road near Dela Cree. You also have Walton Park just up the road. So basically, the car chase ended in the garrison. They drove all the way from Portmore back to Kingston, back to the end. And that's where this tragedy took place. And by tragedy, I mean the young Vanessa Kirkland losing her life. But people, I want you to listen to me carefully. This case is not cut and dry. Now, 3 police officers have been convicted of manslaughter regarding the shooting. Now, I know some of you are thinking, amazing. Isn't this what Politics Watch is all about? Well, yes and no. We are about, and by we I mean me and my subscribers, the whole family. We are about, and we should be about, truth and justice. That means calling out the cops when they are wrong and calling them out when they are right. Now, what happened in this case? When the car stopped on Norman Lane, police officers alleged that there was a shootout. And in the process of this shootout, the young Vanessa Kirkland lost her life. The men who were implicated in the shooting are constables Andrew Wayne Smith, Dervin Hales, and Anna K. Bailey. A female. Interesting, you don't really see this very often. Now, the car that was doing the robberies in Portmore was described by witnesses as a Suzuki Swift. And everybody should know what a Suzuki Swift look like. Right? It's a very small car, it's a hatchback. Right? However, when the shooting ended, it turns out that there were 7 people in this car. Now, already your brain should be going, 7 people inside a Suzuki Swift. Right? Now, we must ask the question, because as I said, this video is going to touch a nerve. Hell, it's already touched my nerve. But we must ask the question, why were so many females traveling in a car with criminals? That's the first question we need to ask. Because it wasn't only Vanessa Kirkland who was hit. I think there were a total of 5 people who were injured in the shooting. Right? So 7 people are in a car. When the shooting started, 2 men escaped from the car. Right? And The females, and I said females because most of the people who were wounded that day were females, right, were injured through gunshot wounds, right. Now, let's get something straight. Not because Vanessa Kirkland was a female, not because Vanessa Kirkland was only 16, not because Vanessa Kirkland was a student of the prestigious Immaculate High School, does not, I repeat, does not guarantee or prove her innocence in any of this. I did warn you, this video is going to touch a nerve. What on earth was Vanessa Kirkland doing in that car on that fateful day? Now, of course, she's young and impressionable. And young people do stupid things. We know that. We've all been there. Maybe not to this extent. But the impression that is going around, that this group of sweet, innocent young women were traveling around, going by their business, and they were ambushed by these cops. As much as I know the Jamaica Constabulary Force has a serious problem with corruption and a serious problem with how they go about enforcing the law, I simply cannot accept this case to be one where these cops just pulled up on this car and just for no reason at all start shoot up the car and Vanessa Kirkland end up losing her life. There is a very real possibility that the females who were inside that car on March 20th, 2012 were a group of young kerosene oils. Now, my regular subscribers know what a kerosene oil is. If you don't know, I suggest you go and watch my video. It's on my channel. Now, everybody is pretending as if this car was not pointed out as the car that was carrying out robberies in Portmore. A matter of fact, the items that were stolen, the cell phones, etc., were found within the car. And the police also said they recovered a weapon. Now, of course, I know people say, yeah, them can plant it. Okay. That doesn't explain why the stolen items from Portmore were found within that car. Now, some people are trying to tell me, or trying to tell us, that Vanessa Kirkland was not in the car when the robberies were taking place. It's possible. However, what's that saying old people tell you all the time? Show me your company and I'll tell you who you are. Now, I would like to know, let's say Vanessa Kirkland was in the car when the robberies were taking place. Then for one, that would confirm that she was indeed a kerosene oil. Even though she was not the one going around robbing people herself, if she was in that vehicle, then she was not an innocent person. And do not get it twisted. This does not mean she deserves to die. Let me make that clear. I am not saying she deserved to die. But there was one Suzuki Swift traveling around with 4 females and 3 males carrying out robberies. Right? And even if Vanessa Kirkland was not in the car, what kind of friends and associates does she hang around with where after they do something like that, they go and pick her up? People, listen to me, this is a tragedy from every end. And again, let me emphasize, I am not saying she deserved to die. Absolutely not. She was a talented dancer. She was a part of the band. She was a good student. Again, as I said, she went to the prestigious Immaculate High School. Right? Probably had a bright future ahead of her. But none of that answers the questions that we have in our head. What was she doing in that vehicle on that fateful day? And how much did she know about the robberies? And why was she associated with those men who carried out the robberies? Because as I said, by the end of the shooting, 4 of the females were shot. 1 of the men and then 2 other men escaped. 7 people in a Suzuki Swift. Now, why were the policemen sentenced to manslaughter? This is why. The prosecution are saying that they basically went up to the car, they were under no threat, and they just started to open fire on the car. The defense is saying that there was a shootout, and in the process of the shootout, that's how Vanessa Kirkland lost her life. Without some kind of video evidence or strong eyewitness, we'll never know. But a lot of the witnesses who were in the car did not participate or were being hostile during the court case. They didn't want to testify. And let me tell you something, people. Whose side do you think the people in the car are going to take? Because remember, Vanessa Kirkland comes from Greenwich Farm, right? Or Greenwich Town. And I say this to say, it's only fair then to assume that the other people in the car either comes from Greenwich Town as well or some inner city. Do you think they're going to inform on the men who were in the car and say, yes, them are going and rob people? Do you think they're going to do that? No chance. They're more likely to take side against the police, especially like how some of them end up get shot. So they're going to say, hey, listen, we were just a bunch of good Samaritans minding our business, and this group of police is turning up and shoot you up. That's what they're going to say. What do you think they're going to say? Right? So I'm not surprised that they didn't testify on behalf of the police officers. That's wishful thinking. What do you think they're going to be honest? But there's enough evidence here to implicate the people who were in the car, and it makes everybody look bad, including the deceased. Because the eyewitnesses confirmed that was the car that was doing the robbery in Portmore. It was confirmed that there was some kind of chase, and they got back to Kingston, and on Norman Lane, this is where the case gets sketchy. Because the prosecution are saying, on Norman Lane, the police basically ambushed them. I think the car was parked and they just pull up to them and start with the car. And the defense is saying it's a shootout. That's the real contention here, you know. It's not whether or not a robbery took place and whether or not that car was involved in the robbery. So now we have 3 police officers who have been sentenced to 14 years and 6 months in prison for manslaughter. Right? Now I'm all for police officers being sent to prison when they are guilty of committing crimes. But for this case, I'm going to be honest, I'm perplexed. Because I don't know if justice was truly served. Because if that car is indeed going around robbing people, and Vanessa Kirkland was in the vehicle when the robberies were taking place, then the image of the innocent, immaculate schoolgirl who lost her life to criminal cops is a farce. Because that is how it is being painted. 7 people in one Suzuki Swift. A Suzuki Swift that had the stolen items from Portmore in it. People, this case touched a nerve. And as I warned before, it was going to touch a nerve, and it should. What really happened that day? Vanessa Kirkland losing her life was an absolute tragedy. no matter which way you put it. Even if she was in the car when the robberies were taking place, it's still sad that she lost her life. But I've done videos before warning about the kerosene oil. Warning about our young girls and how they are drawn into this lifestyle. This is the reality of Jamaica. 14 years and 6 months for manslaughter. Right. Vanessa Kirkland's mother said when the incident went down, "Me tell Vanessa to hold up her head and don't come like me." Let me say it again. Her mother's words when she died was, "Me tell Vanessa hold up her head and don't come like me." It's amazing those are the first words that would come out of a mother's mouth. Don't come like me. So we see there's a pattern here. Vanessa Kirkland clearly came from a tumultuous background. Our own mother is admitting it, that her lifestyle was nothing to look up to. Therefore, she warned her child to not be like her. However, we know children don't listen to words, children listen to actions. Children listen to behaviors, they follow patterns. Right? We have to be honest with ourselves, people. This case is a tragedy. Vanessa was one of 9 children from a tough inner city background. As I said, she didn't deserve to die. But we must also ask the question, do those policemen deserve to go to prison? I do not know what happened on Norman Lane. It can go either way. If there was a shootout, and in the process Vanessa Kirkland was hit, then these lawmen should not be in prison. Now if the car was parked up after the fact, and the policemen walked up to the car and just started to light up the whole vehicle, well then I can see how a manslaughter charge could be applied. But then again, don't Jamaicans say every day police need to get rid of them? If Vanessa Kirkland was a youth from Matches Lane, or Jungle or Rima, if she was a boy, would we be saying this? Or would we be saying, yes, him for dead? Would we be saying, oh, why don't you shoot up the car like that? The reason why people are so traumatized about this case is because the car had 4 females and 3 men. If it was 7 men and the car get light up and all 7 dead, Jamaican people will not care. This is Politics Watch. Like, comment, share. Big up yourself every time.